Hello, my name is Evarika Jupiri. My metric number is BT12703. Today, I will present assignment 1, part 1, construct appropriate graph or chart to compare the relative frequency and the cumulative relative frequency in each database. Firstly, we need to find a class of interval and we need to find a frequency for domestic and international. The total frequency of domestic and international is 24. Second, we need to find relative frequency for domestic and international. For example, to find the relative frequency of domestic, 21 divided by 24 and you will get 0.875 and so on. Same with international, 21 divided by 24 and you will get 0.752. And then, for cumulative relative, you must to add each class. This is the result after we add all the class together for domestic and international. After we finish to find the relative frequency and cumulative frequency, we need to construct them, which is to compare them together using the right graph and chart. This is the graph of relative frequency passenger airline domestic and international. This is the graph of cumulative frequency passenger airline domestic and international. That's all from me. Thank you.
Greetings, my name is Nurisha Adini binti Alus Abar and my metric number is BB22110617. I will be presenting part 2 which calculated and compare measures of a central location in each dataset. To find a measure of a central location, we are required to find the mean, median and mode. Firstly, if we want to find the mean, we need to take all the values in a set and divide them by the total number of values in that set. So for domestic and international airlines, we need to total all the number of domestic and international airlines and divide by 20 observations, which is the total number of airlines. Here I got the mean, which is 642,696.54 for domestic airlines, while for the international airlines is 740,362.38. This is the comparison of the mean between domestic airlines and international airlines. It shows the mean for international airlines is higher than the domestic airlines. Next, to find the median of each dataset, we need to arrange the number of domestic and international airlines from lowest to highest and then find two numbers at the middle of the dataset and divide it by 2. Here the median for domestic airlines, which is 217,716, while 137,048.5 for international airlines. This is the comparison of the median between domestic airlines and international airlines. It shows the median for international airlines is higher than the domestic airlines. Lastly, mode. The mode is the number that repeats most often in a data set. Based on the data shown, there is no mode to be found since all the numbers did not repeat. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Norma Zura binti Muhammad Saleh. I will presenting part 3, which is to calculate percentiles and construct box plot in each dataset. To calculate percentiles and construct a box plot, first we must align the data from the lowest number to the higher numbers. Percentiles defined as each of 100 equal groups into which a population can be divided according to the distributions of values of a particular variable. As for determine percentiles for each dataset, we are using the formula given to find 25, 50, and 75 percentiles. First percentile, we got 6.25. Second, we got 12.5. And third percentile, we got 18.75. The following table shows the result of each percentile for both domestic and international passenger traffic. After we get the value of percentile in each dataset, we must find outlier to determine in which area the value should be classified. An outlier is an extreme value in a dataset that is either much larger or much smaller than all the other values. We are using interquartile rule to find outliers. First, we must determine the value of interquartile by using formula IQR equal to quartile 3 minus with quartile 1. After that, we must multiply the interquartile by 1.5. 1.5 is the constant used to discern outliers before we add to the third quartile. We can conclude that any value smaller than negative 13,136.75 or larger than 271,993.25 is considered as an outlier. Based on previous table 3, we can construct box plot for domestic and international passenger traffic. Box plot is a great chart to use when showing the distribution of data points across a selected measures. So, the following pictures shows the box plot for both domestic and international passenger traffic. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Siti Rosniti Mahmud and my metric number is BT12703. So today I want to present my part, which is part 4, is measure of dispersion. In this part, you must use the formula, which is range, mean absolute deviation, MAD, variance and standard deviation, and the last formula is coefficient of variation. For range, as we know, the formula is maximum value minus minimum value. For range, domestic is 4231869, for international 8755805. For mean absolute deviation, international more higher. This is the table for domestic. For variance of domestic, we need to minus with each data with the mean you have get. So you can see the example from column 2. After that, you need to square root the answer. Next, data you get, you must to divide it by n minus 1, which is 24 minus 1 equal to 23. For standard deviation, you need to square root the answer from variance. Our coefficient of variation formula is standard deviation divided mean international. So for the international, the step is same we do in the domestic. Variance for international is for standard deviation, we must to square root the variance, and the answer is 1940398.46. While for coefficient of variation, formula is standard deviation divided mean, and the answer is 2.6208. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Kartini Binti Donald, metric number BB2211055. Today I will going to present about part 5, which is calculate and interrupt measure of association. So this is the data that has been given from the questions. So this is the formula for covariance. Then we take the data from Air Asia. So we will get the answer, which is 2925985331000. This is the value by using equations that I also use for Air Asia. Third step is to find covariance. From the previous slide, we get the answer like this. So this is for coloration. How I find colorations is from the previous slide. Below one I got from the part 4. So we will get the answer, which is 0.78. So for the data interpretations, positive covariance and positive colorations. This means that as the number of domestic passenger increase, the number of international passenger also increase. The positive covariance suggests a tendency of the two variables to change in the same directions. So for the last one is conclusions. The digitalizations had a positive effect on the demands for domestic and international travel. If digitalizations were into higher to demands for the both domestic and international travel, the obtained covariance and colorations would likely be either 0 or negative. However, this is not the case.